Okay guys, so this training session was all about desensitizing Bugsy to the Jolly Ball. This is a Horseman's Pride, I think 30-inch Jolly Ball. It's the ball that I got last Christmas to desensitize her to, and I've yet to actually use it. So this was the first time we had ever pulled it out of the box and blew it up and used it. So the first thing that I'm doing with the ball is just rolling it around, seeing if Bugsy's at all afraid of it or cautious of it or anything like that, and she doesn't seem to be too bothered by it. That's pretty much her entire reaction throughout this entire training session, was just, I'm okay. It's not really scary, but it's not really something I'm super okay with. So I just started off with gently bouncing the ball. And again, didn't get too much of a reaction out of her. And every time that I stop bouncing the ball, I bounce it a little bit higher, a little bit louder, get a little more aggressive with the bouncing, and give her her reward when she's been good. Here I started bouncing it a little bit higher, and I actually made it to eye level with her, and the only reaction she had was just a little step back, which was a very good reaction out of her. And then I started seeing if pushing the ball up against her leg would cause any reaction out of her. The back leg didn't seem to have a reaction, nor did the front leg, so she was just sort of like, yeah, I'm chill with this. Then I moved the ball to the side of her body and started bouncing it so that it was in just one eye. And there I decided to roll the ball under Bugsy. The instructions specifically say never to do this, but I do what I want, so yeah. That's kind of how training with Bugsy Night goes, is I just do what I feel like doing whenever I feel like doing it. And there I'm chasing away the turkeys, if you're wondering what I was doing. Cam had the turkeys out, so they were causing a bit of a ruckus. And they were trying to peck my camera, so I had to chase them off. And we just go back to bouncing. The one thing I didn't really do that I should have done in this video was bounce the ball and desensitize more on the right side of her body, but she wasn't having too much of a reaction on the left side, and generally she doesn't have vastly different reactions to things from one side to the other. But if she's very reactive to something on one side, then I'll do it on the other side just to make sure, because usually if she's going to give me a reaction, she's going to give me a reaction on either side. So then I just start putting the ball on her shoulder, and she wasn't too keen on this, but she wasn't super afraid of it either. And then I decided to put the ball on her back, and she did hollow out a little bit on the left side. Like when I put the ball on her back from the left side, she did hollow out a bit, because she was a little bit unsure about what I was doing. But she didn't seem to mind having the ball on her back, and here in a second I'm going to roll the ball off of her butt, and again, we're not going to get much of a reaction. I kind of thought she might kick out at the ball, but she just did not even care. Then I tried doing the same thing on the right side, and again, she gave me a little bit of a step back, but other than that, just really relaxed and chilled with the ball on her back. And I did the exact same thing, put the ball on her back and rolled it off of her butt. She didn't hollow her back out like she did on the left side for the right side, so she did pretty good with that. And here, I wanted her to stay in the middle of the arena, and she said, nah, I'm gonna move over here where all the grass, because there's grass over there where she went, and she didn't react to me kicking the ball over to her either. She just kind of stood there like, what are you doing, you crazy human? So then, here I'm just bringing her back into the middle of the ring, and the way that I dropped that lead rope there is her cue to stand. It's sort of our ground tying cue. I'm not exactly sure why I decided to take the halter off, but I did. And she actually stood pretty good there for me. And I love how little of a reaction that kicking the ball next to her got. So then here I was asking her to stand, and she was just not having it. She was like, I want to follow though. But she did eventually stand still for me to walk over to the ball and get the ball. And here I'm not sure if she was just not really paying attention to what I was doing, but she did spook a little bit at the ball. Because the last time that I kicked the ball towards her, she was staring right at me. So I'm wondering if whether or not her paying attention had anything to do with her walking away at that specific moment. And then again, one more time, we took the ball and kicked the ball towards Bugsy to see what she would do. And this time it actually touched her back leg, which she did a really good job, didn't respond to it, didn't kick out at it, was just like, yep, this is my life. This is how we do. So then I decided to do some liberty work, because the last time that I did a sacking out with her, it was the tarp training, as far as something that I don't know if she's ever seen before. I can't remember if I did the tarp training and then the rope training, but I know that she had seen a rope prior to that video. So as far as new things go, the tarp was the last new item to desensitize her to that I can remember. But I did liberty work with her for that particular video as well, and since we had been doing, progressing a little bit more with liberty, I decided to see what she would do. And I'm not sure if she was not wanting to walk around the ball because she was being lazy, which she does do sometimes when we're doing liberty work and I do small turns. She decides that she doesn't want to follow me around the small turn, that she'll just wait until I come out of the turn and then follow me. Or if it was because she didn't want to walk around the ball, but there she walked around the ball pretty good, so I'm not sure if that was what that reaction was. So then here we've got a bit of a camera change again, and I'm going to come in off camera here with the big old ball and walk up right behind Bugsy. Now, I don't recommend doing this. You can easily get kicked by your horse in doing this. So be very careful. I just wanted to see what her reaction would be, and she pretty much relaxed. Did step away a little bit, but it wasn't like she was stepping away with like this big reaction to it. It was just a, I'm not quite sure about this, let me just move my butt over a little bit. And had no reaction to me through just rolling the ball off of her butt like I did in the previous clips. So then the very last clip is just of me being extra silly, extra stupid, and like I said before, the instructions say not to roll the ball under the horse, however they don't say not to roll on the ball under the horse, which I decided to do, and Bugsy just could not care less. But yeah, I don't recommend doing that. That is another dangerous thing to do with your horse, so be very careful when desensitizing, especially to items that your horse has never seen before. They can all of a sudden just blow up out of nowhere, so be very aware of that possibility. But anyhow guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we're gonna end it there.